Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the security and privacy issues in wearable technology. So myself Mugilan from K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology. So we are going to discuss here the risks when using wearable devices, the challenges and the protection mechanisms when using wearable technology. These details we are going to discuss in this video. So the wearable devices, examples for the wearable devices, smartwatches, fitness trackers, wearable medical wearables. These are some of the examples for wearable technology. So the continuous data collection from the wearable devices raises the serious and um severe security issues and privacy concerns over the data breaching and the sensitive information of patients or the personal health data when collecting from the users or having the sensitive informations on health and other related issues. So the different types of data collected from the users by the wearable devices are the personal data like age, gender, and the locations of the users, and the heart rate, ECG, sleep patterns of patients. These are informations are from health data, and the other activity data like behavioral and the sports activity data, and according to the architecture device and usage data of users, these are some of the different types of data collected by the wearable devices. So so why the security and privacy are very critical? So the data collected from the users can breach and expose the sensitive health information. So next is the unauthorized tracking, that some of unauthorized persons can use your personal data and surveillance your data with other persons, and the possibilities of legal and ethical responsibilities and the adaptation of users and the user trust. These are some of the security issues. So we have to severely consider the security and privacy when using the wearable devices. So the security threats considered here are the firmware and malware attacks from the any online sources. So and the eavesdropping and man-in-the-middle attacks to be considered, and the device spoofing and cloning also a security threat in wearables, and the physical tampering is also a security threat in wearable devices. So the privacy issues in wearable technology are so unauthorized data collection, your data to be collected by the various unauthorized persons, the lack of user consent and transparency when considering the user data collection, and the continuous location and tracking of users through the GPS or other online activity trackers. So the data sharing with third parties, so collected data to be misused by the other third parties. So some of the privacy issues in wearable technologies are listed here, and the communication level vulnerabilities. So here the Bluetooth low energy attacks, sometimes using Wi-Fi or insecure Bluetooth connections may affect your wearable device, and the weak parity and authentication also one of vulnerability, and the data leakage during transmission and connecting with other devices or in any application with application or cloud, and the leakage of data during transmission are also one of the vulnerability when using wearable device. Next is the cloud and mobile application security issues. So here the cloud storage they are using is insecure, and the authentication mechanisms or the password protection mechanism sometimes insecure, and the API security also poor in using a mobile app or any cloud-based connection. So data synchronization risk. Sometimes the data synchronization risk also uh, having security issues. So next, the hardware level security issue. So a lack of secure boot mechanisms. Sometimes it will be limited to encryption, and in sometimes there's side channel attacks can be occurred when using the hardware, and sometimes the hardware constraints, that is resource constraints, this lack of boot mechanism, encryption, side channel resource constraints are some of the hardware level security issues. And the privacy risk in particularly healthcare wearables. So the medical records can be exposed to anyone, and the patient data can be misused to someone, and the regulatory are incompatible or non-compatible with the manufacturers, and the ethical issues are some of the privacy risks in healthcare wearables. So the security mechanisms for protect or security mechanisms for wearables are data encryption, and the authentication must be secured and must be controlled by proper access control mechanisms, and the firmware and the boot are very secured and protected, and the regular security updates may be updated periodically to the users through the app update or firmware updates. So the privacy protection techniques, the consent and data minimization, anonymization, and pseudo-minimization, the privacy by design approach, and local data processing. These are the some of the privacy protection techniques used in wearables. So the role of machine learning in security is nowadays evolving. That intrusion detection, the behavioral and pattern analysis, and the security, the adaptive mechanisms, fraud detection are some of the machine learning role in wearable devices. The standards and regulations for security and protection for wearables are GDPR, that is General Data Protection Regulation, HIPAA, that is Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, and ISO security standards, BIS, and regional regulations. These are some of the standards and regulations in wearables. So the challenges in wearable for security reasons, that is limited power and processing capability, and the trade-offs between the security and the usability, the device heterogeneity, and the frequent connectivity. These are some of the challenges in securing wearables. So the future trends may be edge-based secure processing, or blockchain-based data integrity, or where federalizes the privacy in learning, and we have to stronger regulations and compliance for the data for wearable security and protection issues. In concluding this video, the security and privacy are the critical for wearable adaptation, and the multi-layer security approach is essential, and the future wearables may be incorporated with a secure by design. In design itself, the security and protection mechanisms may be incorporated through the recent technologies and the artificial intelligence wearable incorporated with the wearable devices. That's all about this video. Thank you everyone.